All right, it's time for us to get together. It's time to celebrate this lovely, lovely weather. It's raining a whole bunch, well, actually, just a little. And if you get too hungry, hoard some food, maybe a Skittle. It's time for Love Morning. Let's share some gratitude, even if you're in a storm. Let's lift that attitude. Love Morning, ooh, Love Morning, Love Morning, ooh. Welcome to you. Hi. Good morning. Welcome to Love Morning. It is 9 o'clock on the West Coast. Hug Nation time, wherever you are in the world. This is a place beyond time and space. It doesn't matter where your feet are, it matters where your heart is. And we are sharing this space. So if you're here, say hello. Share something you're grateful for. I see that Brandy is here. Good morning. Good morning, Brandy. We are live right now on YouTube and Facebook. I am pinked out because I am in pre-playa prep mode. Pre-playa prep mode, pink. Pa. Natasha says, good morning from the smoky Pacific Northwest. Grateful to be alive. Ooh, you got smoke? All we can talk about down here is a hurricane. So far, there's been a little rain overnight, a little rain now. Nothing even up to like wash the dirt off the Hugmobile. But boy, and people are like filling up their fridges and hoarding food for this, day-long storm we've got. I was at the grocery store last night. I went at like 9:30 p.m. There's nobody there. It was nice. I heard earlier in the day they were packed, but I went on my way home from a gathering, and the woman in front of me, she's like, we're not going to be able to leave all day. And like after she's checked out, she's like, I work with county services and we're just like, we're preparing for, it's going to be like Maui. And, and the woman behind the counter goes, yeah, I guess, it seems like because of the Maui stuff, people are just like, especially on edge and really, making sure that we're prepared. And she goes, this is real. The woman who worked for the county is like, this is real. This is real. And she'd already checked out. So I'm like waiting to check out. She's just sitting there and I was like, is this helpful? Like, either give us some advice on what we should do, or say, trust people like me that are working for the county and listen to, I don't know, just like, you're just fear mongering. Stop it. Stop it. The sky is falling. Now, I'm not saying it is a bad idea to be prepared. I'm not saying that, if you think, oh my goodness, we have weather coming, that we should make sure people understand. Like, you should have water available in case you can't get, out. We should have a generator. In fact, I realize I have a generator in the garage that works. So I could, although I can't really run it in the house, but I got to figure out where my flashlights are, Yes, these are important things to do. And maybe I'm overconfident and people will play this video, at my funeral and say, this is what happens when you don't take our warning seriously. But I think life needs to be a healthy balance of preparation with calm. Yes, we could have some intensity. Now, I say that knowing clearly that I am guilty of getting caught up in worry. In fact, until the weather forecast was changed, how much stress did I have about the heat of Burning Man this year? A lot. I was listening to a Michael Singer podcast this morning, and he was talking about the mind decides what it wants and then tries to make and change the world to get what you want, because that makes you happier and you avoid discomfort, you avoid the things you don't like, you know. And his thing is that you need to work on the process of being happy, just with content with what is internally. Like, if you're okay inside, then you can deal with hot weather. You can deal with being wet. You can deal with whatever. Like, this is, if you're always trying to make sure that the external world is in a way that makes you okay, then you are caught in the wheel. So I was thinking about that with regards to Burning Man weather and how much suffering I have given myself over the last 4 months. Once I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to go to the burn. And then I'm like, what am I going to do to minimize my suffering? I've hired someone to build something on the roof of the Hugmobile so I can try to make a shade thing over it. Last year I had a fishnet that was the one thing that was like I could wear because it was like the breeze went through it. And so I have now like 7 fishnet tops. I think I'm more than that now I think about it. And I have 4 pairs of fishnet pants because I don't like walking around naked, but I don't want to wear pants. So fishnet pants, ta-da. Anyway, so I contain multitudes. Look, I'm allowed to say what we should do is not get too panicky, and at the same time recognize that sometimes I get panicky. It's that introspective process of awareness. I see what my brain's doing. I see what you're doing. Let's knock it off. So, hello. If you're here, say hello. I see that Jennifer's here. Good morning. Natasha's saying the woman in the grocery store should have booped her on the snoot. In this consent culture, I think that booping on the snoot could get me in trouble. But I agree. Good morning, Christopher. Christopher says, good morning. As my father ages and has more medical issues, he's grateful for healthcare and caretaking professionals. Thank you, Christopher. Faith pointing out my fierce goggles. These are by the Sparkle Ponies, I think is the name of their company. Miriam and Sandra make these. And I had 2 pairs of them. I had another pair that didn't have quite as intense spikes, but I've lost them. I realized there's a few of my favorite playa things that I've lost. The goggles are one of my go-to favorite outfit pieces. So I'm so glad I have a backup pair. And maybe, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe did the other one break or something? Because I think this one originally had like a cross in the middle. Anyway, I am grateful for these the goggles as well. Good morning, Clint. And good morning, Charlie Girl. Charlie Girl saying, grateful for another day to pack and all the things and then some. Oh, good suggestion, Natasha. She's saying that, reminding me, you cannot just boop on the nose, but you could offer. May I boop you on the May I boop you on the snoot? You need a boop. That's going to be my new hello, my name is... Hello, my name is Halcyon. You look like you need a boop on the snoot. Which in some circles includes illicit drugs. Good morning, Brandy. Brandy is grateful for the TENS units and the relief they are bringing to the nerve pain in my legs. I had a conversation about TENS units last night. A friend of mine, he brought to the gathering I was at this kind of foot pad thing that is basically a TENS unit, but it's for the feet and with feet prints that you put on it. He's having some tingling sensations that he's trying to do everything he can, he reads about. And so he's using the TENS unit and the foot thing. And so last night I had my foot on this little TENS unit version of like just for feet. And almost immediately my foot cramped up and I'm like, Jennifer says, grateful for cooler weather at the burn this year. Oh my gosh, me too. It's unusual, unbelievable to me how much that has impacted my general level of anxiety and stress and worry about the burn. You know, I keep harping on this, but I mean, my last burn had moments of true suffering where I was concerned that I could die because of sickness and heat exhaustion, potentially COVID. I don't know what else, you know, but and a combination of physical discomfort and inability to participate and do my duties at camp, combined with when this at 105, 107 degrees, you know, people, you can't just go out and do adventures in the daytime. Like, so I guess if you had like a badass RV that could keep the temperature down and you could sleep all day and then party all night, it'd be beautiful. A warm night, just partying all night, a warm night and sleep all day would be great. But if you don't have a good RV, I mean, like my RV, and I had an AC and had an RV, nowhere, I could not sleep during the day. I could not die. I could keep it at like 90 degrees, but that's not like sleeping weather. And so, like, the effort it requires to create a theme camp and then have nobody come by because people just can't move around during the daytime, or to do the pink ride. Like, the people that came to the pink ride were such hardcores. To gather in flimsy ass shade and bake and then get on our bikes and go for a ride in the hottest, you know, it was insane. And so these thoughts of like, what the fuck, were so hard for me. So I'm so grateful for this different experience of the burn this year. And is it going to be cold at night? Probably. But I love the daytime so much that I would so prefer cold nights and comfortable days than uncomfortable days and pleasant nights. That's just, you know, as a non-raver, I like daytimes. I like to see people's faces. I like to connect with people, and that seems, there's just such an easier process for me, at least, during the day. Good morning, Mingo. Hi, love you. Welcome to Sunday. Clint says, I'm a sun and day lover also. Yeah. Jennifer saying, can't wait to hug you and Lisa at Pinkheart. Me too. I went to a gathering last night, and Lisa's not in town today. She's supposed to come in tonight. I mean, weather and driving permitted. But, yeah, I can't wait to introduce her to so many people. Chris, good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you. Good morning, Jesse. Good morning. Jesse says, good morning and happy final prep weekend before we leave for the burn. Woo-woo. Yes, my schedule right now is I'm leaving a week from yesterday. So I'm going to leave Saturday afternoon next week. And then probably get on playa maybe Monday night, middle of the night. I think that's my plan. Is that right? Or maybe Sunday night, middle of the night? I think, actually, now I was thinking it could be earlier. It could be Sunday night. My plan's bumped up a day. And now I'm like, wait, is that going to put me into the big entry line? I think the big entry line is people want to get there when it opens, which is on Sunday. So hopefully by end of the night Sunday, I don't know. Yes, I got some rain going on. It's light, but we finally got a little bit of rain. Good morning, Joyous. Simon! Good morning, Simon. Hey, what a treat. And I didn't mean to be more excited to see Simon. If I didn't get that excited when I said your name, it is not, I don't like Simon more than you. I'm just more surprised. Simon is a new friend. We had a beautiful connection, and even I have on my calendar like touch base with Simon early next week. So, good morning, Simon. Welcome to Love Morning. This is a chance to share some gratitudes. If anyone is here wants to share something they're grateful for, we're live right now on Facebook and on YouTube. It's also a chance each morning to kind of recalibrate to the person we want to be today. Instead of letting the day hit us with a request and email and then reacting without too much conscious thought and with our subliminal patterns. It's like, okay, today I want to be focused on gratitude. I want to be focused on connection. I want to be focused on presence. What else do I want to be focused on? Authenticity. So especially for me, connection is a big one because I have a tendency to go introvert when I'm out in the world. It's especially hard. Like last night I walked into Vons. I wasn't wearing these goggles, but I had my hair, I just repainted and it's fucking bright right now. And I was wearing this tank top, mesh pink, and I was walking into Vons and I'm like, okay, you got to own this. You got to own this. So, hi, hello. Which has made it even more difficult if you were here at the beginning when I was checking out and the woman in front of me was like, the sky is falling. Simon says, today I am choosing to be intentional and loving. Awesome, Simon. I am special. Yes, we're all special in our own unique ways, but I am really special. You know what I'm saying? Pamela's saying there's fewer people this year, so hopefully entry will be easier. I don't mean to disagree with you. I just think the fact that there's more people selling tickets right now, you think that's going to be like 5,000 people less at max? I don't think it will be, but let's say it is 5,000 people. I don't think that's going to make much impact on Exodus and entry. It really depends on your timing compared to how it is staffed, you know? Because I've gotten there early arrival before and had a 6-hour wait because there just wasn't that many people working the gate at the time that I showed up. Or there was training people, or there was a shift change or something, I don't know. So if there's a bunch of people working, a ton of people can get through it at the right time. Or when does the backup happen? Who knows? So I'm trying to surrender to it. Good morning, Falco. And good morning, Razorblade. And good morning, Gerbot. Falco says, I watched a ton of your videos this week. It's my first burn. I'm so excited. I'll be at Camp ? Please come by. ? You're a dance club. Is that right? Or if I'm remembering correctly? I'm so glad you watched the videos and got something out of them, Falco. You were in for an experience. And everything that you learn from my videos is going to just like go out the window and you're going to just get your mind blown. But hopefully the goal for me is that like to give you some foundation so that when your mind's blown, you have some background to start anchoring things. Like you could watch all the videos and read everything you can about the Grand Canyon. But when you get to the Grand Canyon, it's not like you're going to go, oh, right, this is what I expected. No. However, as you go, holy shit, look at the size of this thing. And then you realize, oh, I remember I read about this. The Grand Canyon was formed in this way. Oh, and there was this thing that happened when people did this, and that's why they had to build this. And oh, and rafters have to do this. And like, it gives you a greater appreciation. But there's nothing that can prepare you for it. You know, as I think it was, who is it that said that? I'm breaking on his name that said the map is not the territory. That's how I view most of my life work. The map is not the territory. It's still helpful, but you can't confuse the finger for the moon. Good morning, Michelle. Michelle, if I call you a poop queen, is that derogatory? Or because you know what I'm talking about, can you feel that as loving? Good morning, Zoe. Good morning, Joyous. Zoe, congratulations on 2 years alcohol-free. Beautiful. I posted in your... Today, I just realized I did my little calendar thing, which I have not been checking on a daily basis. Today for me is 6 months. 6 months without alcohol. And my other problem substances. Uh, Gearbot is agreeing with the line. It's all about timing and staffing. Yeah. Levi, good morning. Oh, also going through my videos. Yeah. They have been very helpful. Oops. Grateful for the journey so far. Yes, that's the attitude. You'll be with Lamplighters and a shift with Arctica. Oh, you're fucking doing it right. That's your first year? Good for you. You are gonna. I mean, if you just show up and hang out in your RV and go to dance parties, you will have an awesome time. But if you participate and you help, like, oh, I help make this city, like, you feel ownership. Like, I'm one of the reasons why this is so fucking awesome. That is when it changes your life in a dramatic way. And I think that you're going to be really happy that you have agreed to, be of service as a lamplighter and Arctica. They're both super fun. Well, I don't know. I've never done lamplighters. I've done Arctica, and it's super fun. And if it's hot, you get a break, and you can go into the ice truck. 2.5 years, Anna. Congratulations and good morning. Yeah, right on, everyone. Gerbot saying participation is my favorite principle. Jesse is 3.7 years sober for April and you. Oh, boom. Amazing. Wait, April, did I know April? That's so awesome. That kind of makes me go, wait, 3.7 years? Because I remember when she told me about sobriety, and I was not ready at that time, and I was really pleased and happy, which is a weird thing for me, when I'm coaching, and when I was coaching and also using, and helping people deal with whatever their things are, and sometimes those things were substance use problems when I was, deep in my own patterns. And I know that you don't need, you can be a wounded healer, but it was a challenge for me sometimes to be like struggling with integrity. That's a deeper story another time, maybe. Levi saying that anyone can show up and volunteer with Lamplighters, right? Nice. Thank you, Michelle. We built this city on crazy ass mofos, says Natasha. Oh, you know what, Natasha? I got sent a picture this morning that I can't share it here. Someone said in their camp lead shared a picture with the whole camp, and it was of you and I in our glory of pink fur boot covers and like just pink. That's probably what, 2007, 6? I don't know. But I thought that was so cool that someone just out of the blue yesterday sent me a picture of the two of us at Burning Man. I should have asked, like, in what context? And actually, I think it's the same picture. I was telling this story recently. And good morning, everyone who is popping in. Good morning, Amy. I think it was Passion Pigs year. I forget to tell people about that. Yeah, we started our own pink-based theme camp. Man, we worked hard on that. We had like pink, like pig cutouts as fencing. That was fucking, we rocked. What was I just saying? That's all right. 2005. Thank you. Good morning, Victoria. Well, oh, cool. Joyce is saying that from 3 to 5 every day, you can show up and be trained to be a lamplighter. I think I've always felt too much time commitments, but I've always really had a beautiful association with lamplighters. There's so many people in our modern culture. You go through this process of being raised with some faith, and then you go through a disillusionment, and then you reject, and then you have a bad taste in your mouth for religion and often ritual and ceremony, and there's so many things that are good about religions, good for our spirits and good for our growth, like community. You know, I know so many people, like my mom, some of her most important experiences growing up were in her Christian youth group stuff. Didn't have anything to do with being Christian. It had to do with coming together with people and having a community. And ritual is another one. And for the to be of service in a sacred way as a lamplighter, is a really precious opportunity. We don't get a lot of those in the modern world, to just step up and do something sacred. There's a lot of opportunities to be sacred in Black Rock City. And there's a lot of ways to be in Black Rock City and start to redefine what sacred is to you. I gave away some stickers yesterday to people that say sexy, silly, sacred. Or maybe they say silly, sexy, silly, sacred, sexy, silly? No, I can't remember. Community is the best part of church, says Natasha. Yes. Don't let God hear you say that, though. Adrian, yes, it is raining right now. It is not pouring, but it is raining in San Diego. Good morning, Bill. Bill, I wouldn't worry about bringing a kayak unless you are going to be there, in the next 48 hours. But I don't think I think unless you are early build team, like before Wednesday, I don't think you're going to really have much issue with water. And I think that's going to be pretty awesome. You can say, Halcyon said not to bring my kayak. Gerbot is grateful that he was not brought up brainwashed by religion. No offense. Anybody else have gratitude to share? It's funny. There is some really funny rain memes about Burning Man, and it's kind of crazy how frequently there is something that ruins Burning Man beforehand. Like one year there was the bug apocalypse. I don't know if people remember that. The weather patterns were such that about 3 weeks before Burning Man, there were massive clouds of bugs. Like the people that were there now, they had pictures of these light posts that with like thick clouds of these, like, I don't know what they were, like a grasshopper. And people were like, oh my God, like this is like, it was a significant amount of bugs, which has never been an issue at Burning Man. And so of course we're freaking out about it. And by the time of the burn, the water supply had died. All of the bugs were gone. So it's almost like tradition to have something be the thing. Adrian saying, I feel bad for temple building. Seriously, like the weather is perfect for everyone except the people who are there now during the really early build stuff. Temples, Man, DPW. That's got to be really rough. Gerbot says, I remember bug apocalypse. Good morning, April. Yes, April. There will be getting some more rain, but nothing that I have looked into will say that it will be affecting anybody except early builders. Natasha says, I am grateful I am alive and can do better today than yesterday. I like that. All right, last chance to share a little bit of gratitude before we have a hug and then head off into our day. You might see me. I am going back and forth in my seat because my teeny tiny bladder is poking at me. I am grateful for an epiphany I had the other day. I was driving. I ran an errand to pick up a coat, and it wasn't there, and I was frustrated because I had to go to a place and get stuck in traffic. I'm stuck in traffic coming home, and I had a headache, and I forgot my water, and I was like, you know what? I prefer the suffering of a headache to the suffering of having to pee. So perhaps I'm glad that I forgot my water. There's a little crapper cone. And I do. I, I cannot. My bladder is not my favorite. I'll say I appreciate my beautifully functioning bladder, but boy, is it insistent. If I gotta go, I gotta go. Michelle is grateful to be going to BRC in 4 days. Woo! I got 6 days before I head out. Tamara, good morning. Tamara is grateful to be heading out to the playa for the 11th year. Happy number 11 to you. I think this is 24 or 5 for me. I'm not sure now. Mingle is grateful for the pic of me and Natasha years ago. Did you see it? You saw it? Yeah, it's a. I mean, there's actually any picture of us from those years is pretty fucking incredible. I mean, we're still fucking sexy, but then we were at our primes, and I'm glad that we have some photo proof. I plan on give me like 40 years. What am I now? 52? Nah, maybe 30 years. Yeah, so when I'm in my 80s, when other people are like showing pictures of their kids, I'm going to be like, okay, this is Asher, and this is me at Burning Man when I was ripped. Yep, that was me. Yep. I just want to make sure everybody sees that. Where is the picture? How can I share it? I could put it I'll put it on my Facebook right now, and so you can see it right after this. Does that be annoying for people if I do it right now? Last chance to get a gratitude in before we have a hug. Come on, computer. It's gonna be worth it when you see this picture. You'll be like, oh. All right, now it's now posted on my Facebook. Natasha is grateful for her crazy ass kid. Michelle says Burning Man makes for the best nursing home memories. Speaking of which, we got to get started on this Burning Man nursery. Don't you want to get together with a bunch of us? Wouldn't that be the way to do it? April, oh, your partner's there with the build team now. Oh boy. Well, our appreciation to your partner. Falco is grateful to be alive and share this wonderful short experience with all of us and share the love. Thank you, Falco. Jesse is grateful for getting to burn again and renewing vows with his wife. Yay! Much love to you and April, Jesse. Gearbot is grateful for all this wonderful excitement we're all sharing. Right? Do you feel that? I'm like, all right, let's go pack. That's less fun, but this is fun. So thank you for sharing this with me. Chris says, someone once suggested the burn is simply about making memories to giggle about on your deathbed. You know, that's a strong argument for life. You know, life is about magic moments. It's not a cumulative journey to a destination. It's having moments on the dance floor when you're like feeling it. Yeah. Or silly moments. It's just a collection of these magic moments and trying to increase the number of magic moments you have and trying to learn what it is that gets you in magic moment zone. Who are the people? And those magic moments, you know, it changes what is magic for you over the course of your life. And then, yes, when you're in your retirement village, you can be like, yeah. Although my struggle is I don't remember anything. So I have to just trust that, yes, I know I've had lots of magic moments because I feel good. So I'm sure it happened. Chris says, glad you're a part of my magic memories. Yeah, that is the best connection statement ever. Love that, Chris. And as you said that, I had this flash of you singing on Playa. Tamara says, I'm grateful my boyfriend just walked in and is going to be here for the collective hug. Yes! Well, look at that. Okay, I think that's our call to arms. Get it? Call to arms? So wherever you are, give yourself a big squeeze. And as you heard these names and saw these names flying through, imagine that all those people are giving you a hug, and you are giving them a hug, and you're giving me a hug, and all the people that are here right now, and all the people that are on Playa right now, let's send out a big squeeze to them of gratitude and appreciation. And let's give an appreciation for the awareness of our abundance and this place that we're at. Gratitude for all of our ancestors and everyone that got us to this place, that we have the luxury of communicating through these crazy digital tools. If we have the luxury of going to the burn, of getting to spend so much resources and time and energy for a purpose of such frivolousness and yet so sacred and important, allowing ourselves the ability to go to pure expression, pure authenticity, pure creativity, to practice supporting others, to practice finding and sharing our gifts, and really sinking into that experience of our authentic truth, our authentic expression, and hopefully feeling and being reminded, encouraged of how incredibly purposeful that is, to tune in, find your gifts, and share them. That is not some silly party in the desert. That is truly important work, because it's from that place of sharing, from that place of gifting, that we are channeling something divine. If there is healing to happen in this world, it's from that place of deep inner authentic truth, not from anything that you've been taught you should do, not from following some indoctrination. It's that deep place, and wherever we can go and whoever we can be with that supports that channeling, that allowing of our truth, that is sacred. So let's be grateful for the opportunities. Let's feel the responsibility of, if we tune into that we need to be and share and work to be that person and encourage that in the world around us year round. So let's support each other. Give a big hug as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you beautiful ambassadors of love, thank you for being here for this love morning and part of Hug Nation, sharing this yummy pre-burn vibe. Even if you're not going to Burning Man, we are speaking about energetics, and we're speaking about community, and more the experience of being a burner is not about a trip to Black Rock City. It is about pursuing the 10 principles, pursuing your truth, finding community and being community that supports that expression and that journey of self-discovery in the world. So thank you for being a part of that. I love you. This video will stay live. Yes, this will be on and it will also be live on my YouTube as well, the archive. Although certain parts of it I might take a little clip out of, because I like what just came out there at the end. I was like, oh, that was good. Maybe I'll take that clip. Who knows? Jim, good morning. Hello, Sarah. Call to Arms t-shirt. That's a good idea, Sarah. Good morning. Thank you, Razorblade. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Gerbot and April. And Nika, hello, good morning. Nika is grateful for another day closer to Burning Man. And this platform for spreading love. That made me so excited I got my high voice. Thank you, Nika. Thank you, everyone. And good morning, Susan and Izzy. Now I'm just going to sit here and pee my pants. I can't say goodbye. No, I do have to pee. Okay. I love you all. Have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow. Oh, you know what? I didn't even share what I'm grateful. Lisa's coming into town tonight. My beloved is coming to town tonight. Yay. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Or if you want to join for gratitude at noon, I'll be there too at zoom.hugnation.com.